Overcoming obstacles takes all of your skill and creativity. The first step is to think outside of the box and identify all possible options, and then select the one that offers the highest percentage of success. Know the rules as they can help you in a tough spot. Please look at our PowerPoint on the 15 most common rules. Understand the 9 different shots that can be hit. Please watch videos prepared by Harrison Shee on curving the ball and me on the art of ball striking. Go out on the course late in the day alone so you don't hold anybody up, and take extra golf balls. Go around and drop balls behind trees, on severe slopes, and in fairway bunkers, and practice trouble shots. I always use good golf balls to put pressure on myself not to lose them. You may want to do the same. Golf courses are undulating, so you need to learn to play shots on side slopes as well as uphill and downhill lies. When the ball is above your feet, the tendency is for the ball to move left. The more loft you use, the more likely you'll hit the ball left. I recommend that you experiment with standing taller, gripping down on the club to adapt to the slope, and aiming a little bit to the right to accommodate the draw. It's also important to keep your body turning, since stalling out the pivot will close the face. When the ball is below your feet, it'll tend to go right, but my experience is that not as much curve as with the ball when it is above your feet. Therefore, aim left, bend your knees a little more to get into a lower position to reach the ball since your feet are below it, and lean your upper body forward toward the ball a bit more. Again, keep your pivot moving. When you're on an uphill lie, adjust your body to the hill. Shoulders and hips should be parallel to the slope. So go with the slope and don't fight it. On an uphill slope, loft will be added to your club face, so you need to consider hitting more club, depending on the severity of the slope. It takes solace in the fact that the uphill nature of the lie will help you launch your shot. One final note is there is a tendency for the ball to go left on an uphill lie, so you might consider aiming a little bit right of target. On a downhill lie, set up with shoulders and hips parallel to the ground, so again you match the terrain. On a downhill lie, loft will be taken away, which causes a lower launch and greater distance. So you should consider a higher club with more loft. A word of caution is to try to not lift the ball into the air on a downhill lie. I see players trying to do this all the time, and it leads to fats and thins. Focus on swinging down the slope and let the loft of the club lift the ball into the air. Don't make fairway bunker shots too complicated. They aren't that different from a normal fairway shot with just a few minor adjustments. I dig my feet into the sand just slightly, but not as much as you would in a greenside bunker. It's really just 2 light swishes into the sand. Since you dig your feet in slightly, make sure you grip down on the club about an inch. I keep the ball in a normal position and I swing with the slope. I line my hips and shoulders to match the terrain. My experience is that even solidly hit fairway bunker shots go a half a club or less than a normal shot, so I always consider clubbing up. This is mostly driven by gripping down on the club, but there can be even more reduction in distance if you're hitting from an upslope, as it adds loft to the club. To improve stability, I make a conscious effort to stay on top of the ball, keep my feet quiet, and not move laterally. Balance is key. I also stand just a little taller because my feet are dug in a bit below the ball, and I try to take the club more shallow into the hitting area, not steep, so I can sweep the ball with little to no divot. The goal is to clip the ball off the sand with the leaning edge hitting the ball just under the equator. Any impact below the equator should be enough to generate a good flight. An easy trick to ensure a solid strike is to focus on the front edge of the golf ball with your eyes throughout the swing. This will help you make contact with the ball before the sand. The worst thing you could do in the fairway bunker is force a hard swing, as there's a high probability that you'll lose your footing or balance. I always take a little bit more club, unless of course I need loft to get over the lip. Evaluating the lip for clearance of your shot is subjective, and you need to rely on experience and feel. If the risk-reward analysis calls for it, you may decide to bite the bullet and swing hard with a lofted club to get over a lip, and try to reach the green. If you do so though, try to be as stable as possible so you don't lose balance. For what it's worth, when a lip is present, I usually play conservative because I know that short of the green is almost always open and easiest for up and down. Be creative extricating yourself from trouble on the course, and please let us know if we can help.